Well, I don't know how much I'm going to say because I got music on. I can't hear my own voice. I don't suppose that's too bad, but I can't hear what I'm saying. This is the vertical trail. The unrideable 300 meters. Not far from home now, but this bit, no, I've given up on ever being able to ride up here. I try to walk up as fast as I can, but ride up this, I don't think so. Maybe 20 years ago I could have done, 30 years ago. No, 20. 30 I probably couldn't have ridden at all. Yeah, 22-ish years ago, in my late 20s, I could probably have ridden up here. Even then, not without stopping. Still, I'm not aware of anyone, I mean, I don't mean in history, of course, I'd have no way of knowing, but since we've had Strava, where people record their rides, I'm not aware of anyone who's ridden up this at all. So it's not like, you know, it's doable and I'm the only one who can't. It might be doable, yeah. You professionals could ride up it. It's be called a technical climb, and it'd be a category 1 as well. The surface, especially say if it's a little bit wet, traction's difficult, but the surface, as you can see, it's difficult to begin with. The gradient is about 30%, varies a little bit, but that would be about the average. And then you've got, well, I don't mean you've got, it depends on what you've done before, but think about this. So when I come up this, I've already been riding an hour and a half, more even. Depends on the route I've taken. Today I stopped, and my heart rate monitor's not been working recently. I don't know why. Could be a battery issue. Still, something wrong with the Bluetooth connection, which is odd. So change the battery and just see. I have had this problem before. It just seems to happen by chance. Happenstance, which is not a word we really use in English. Anyway, when I stopped to check my heart rate monitor connected, I saw the time. I'd been riding 1 hour 11 minutes, and I was amazed. It's 20 minutes faster than I might normally be at that stage, and I felt very strong today. Even walking up here now, I'm not trying to go particularly fast, and if there's any point getting on trying to ride any of it, I know what would happen. I'd do 20 meters, yeah, but then I'd sort of lose momentum, so lose balance, and I wouldn't fall, but it would be just a bit awkward. So this is probably quicker to walk up. Anyway, 20 minutes faster. I turn around and show you the view. Will do, but not yet. Well, not so much that, you know, there's an amazing view. Sorry, I nearly fell then. I nearly sort of put my weight on the bag and it sort of leaned over, and I just about held on to it. Leaned over away from me, that is. Yeah, I'll show you the view. I'll turn around, but at the moment you could just see trees. In fact, why don't I show you what you'd just see? So at the moment, if you probably look through the middle, you can pick it out. Down in the city, that's where I've just come from. And I don't know how accurate it would be to estimate the gradient from just looking at this on a GoPro on 1080p, which is what I hope this will record at. But it's steep, and this is probably not quite the steepest part, by the way, but probably the longest steep bit. Think about, unlike some of the hills I ride, this is consistently steep, and that's why I don't bother to get on and try to ride up, because, you know, 300 meters with this kind of gradient on this kind of surface, I know I can't do. You know, a few hills I try to ride up because I know if I can get to the gentler parts, I've got a little bit of a rest before the next steep part. Not so on this hill anyway. That's why I call this the vertical trail. 30% is obviously not vertical, by the way. It would be ridiculous. It's probably actually 40% in places as well. The bit that you can see, there's a green fence. Well, there's a green fence all the way along, but the bit where the road bends to the right, it's probably 100 meters. It's a green fence there. That's about 40%. So there are not a lot of people who can ride up these sorts of trails. I'm afraid to say I'm not one of them. I don't suppose I should be too hard on myself, because, like I said, it would take a professional to do it, and there's no point trying to compete with professionals. I'm generally happy with the ability I've got, but trying to, you know, improve it, well, that's always a very good idea. Trying to train to do things which probably won't be able to do anyway. It's a bit of a waste of effort. I suppose if you give yourself an ambitious target and you get 50% of the way to it, you've made a lot of progress, as opposed to not having that target and not getting anywhere near it. So yes, anyone who's thinking that might be a better way, I can see the logic in that. For me though, I don't think, unless I do something incredible with a coach, I don't think I'm going to be able to ride up here. We're not too far from the bit where I can ride, and you'll hear there's a big pack of dogs up here. Now, I've never had any trouble with them, but there are a lot, and they're not very friendly, but at the same time they're also not hostile. Or perhaps I shouldn't say that, they are hostile, they're not vicious. Here we go anyway. That's Almaty, or part of it. That's where I come from basically. It's difficult to say because I don't know what you can see, but probably near the middle of the shot you can say two buildings with pointy roofs. Well, that would be about, from here to where I've just come from, would be 80% of the way.